What is going on, Governors? Chisgule here, and today we're bringing you the history, the story behind the Lost Kingdom, perhaps better known as KvK, and we're going to talk about mechanics about Kingdom vs. Kingdom. All of this leaked from the devs. If you like videos where we leak the latest update and content, you should definitely like and subscribe because we're going to be talking a lot about the upcoming update in the coming weeks, and we are a sponsored creator with Rise of Kingdoms. Now, you may have wondered at some point, who are these barbarians that are on the map? Who is this Calvin, this mysterious Calvin that has died a million deaths? What is the significance of the temple guardians that spawn there every day? Well, my friend, the story behind KvK, known as the Lost Kingdom, explains so much of the history. So, what we're going to do is cover that history and then get into the mechanics. Now, let's talk about the history. Long ago, the ancestors of the people that we now play as, the ancestors of the civilizations that we are playing, got into a huge war or conflict with these barbarians, which comedically are getting melted on my screen. I'm trying to make a video about barbarians. So if you've ever looked in on the barbarian details, it says they were the original inhabitants of this land. Strong, savage, militant. War is the only way to force them to surrender. Why is that? Well, my friends, once upon a time we waged a war against those barbarians, our ancestors did, anyways. And the barbarians were being beaten back when suddenly that was no longer the case. They had uncovered magic powers, and while we were wielding our swords and shields, thinking we were mighty, these magical powers turned the tide of the battle. One human discovered that the temple, this lost kingdom, was the source of their mystical powers. A huge battle ensued to claim this temple, but the barbarians won. The majority of their people going into the temple and into the lost kingdom, leaving behind only a small amount to guard this special holy site. Now, as we get into the relative present day of where we are in our kingdoms, at the beginning of the kingdom, our civilizations advance and rediscover the existence of these holy sites, rediscover the existence of the lost temple, building strength, accumulating power, until we then, taking advantage of some of these same magics that they had by virtue of capturing the holy sites, then are able to conquer the lost temple. What does this mean? What does this tell us? Well, a whole heck of a lot of implications exist for kingdom versus kingdom, and there are a bunch of mechanics that we can now talk about, and I am so excited to share these with you. The first is that for a long time, people had been hypothesizing that if you zoom way out, way out, that there is this kingdom that has fog. Perhaps this is where KvK would take place, and in fact, my friends, this is the land where KvK will take place. You will be battling against the other kingdoms in your continent. We had a pretty good sense that that would be the case, but there's a lot to talk about here. There's a lot to talk about. First of all, who is it that can participate in Kingdom versus Kingdom? I would guess that the kingdom has to be of a certain age. In addition, you must have City Hall level 16 or higher. Everybody's got City Hall 16 or higher, can teleport in to the Lost Kingdom area. Now, when you teleport in, you could also leave as well. That would require a targeted teleport or 1,500 gems to shuttle back out. Going into the Lost Kingdom area is free. It is totally free. Now, the battle for the Lost Kingdom is going to be a season-based event. So similar to how Mighty Governor is an event that rolls through in seasons. This too will be a season-based event. I imagine the rewards will be pretty substantial. We don't know what those rewards are yet, but could it be? Could it be that this is where Saladin and Constantine come from? I don't think so. I think they said it comes from Mighty Governor, but I don't know. That could be a place where they put them. Um, what we do know, however, is that while you are in the Lost Kingdom, you gain individual honor, alliance honor, and even server honor, which to me says perhaps it is time to put down the sword when it comes to battling the members of your kingdom and to ally, to band together to get the greatest score possible in KvK. That said, it is my understanding that when you are in the Lost Kingdom, you can still battle the members of other alliances from your kingdom. It just seems fairly non optimal to me. Now, there will be holy sites and structures in the Lost Kingdom. I'll have those either rotating in or behind me in a moment, where you get um, to capture these not by uh, entering into them in the same way that you hold the holy sites in your current kingdom, but by defeating all the troops that are not a part of their alliance, both non-player characters and player characters, within a certain radius of the structure. So it's sort of like a keep away around a certain territory. You've got to hold that territory in order to start to accumulate points. At that time, you get ownership of the structure, and that's how you get your honor. I like this approach, especially if uh, defending a structure would have involved deaths of troops. That seems like a thing I'd rather not have happen. Perhaps one of the most exciting things that we know about the Lost Kingdom is that, we spend a lot of time running around gathering resources. I'd love if we didn't have to spend quite as much time running around gathering resources. And in fact, there will be higher level resource points, higher level barbarian forts, and higher level barbarians in the Lost Kingdom. I mean, this is their home, right? So, yeah, that's awesome. The drops and rewards are also better. This is amazing. It's basically a set of higher level zones. During the 3-month long KvK event, we don't know exactly how frequent it will be, like what's the downtime between this. Uh, you will earn points by doing things like, as I mentioned, capturing buildings, but also killing barbarians, taking down forts, and more and more. The buildings and shrines and altars give individual boosts, and most of them, I'm told, are similar to the shrines um, and altars that we have today, in that they give various boosts and buffs. I'm going to assume they're even better than the ones that you would find in your home kingdom. Now, we asked a series of follow up questions that I thought was pretty interesting. And of course, we've got so many questions that we're looking to get answers to. The first question I asked was, do the buffs from the holy site from your kingdom apply in the Lost Kingdom? And the answer is yes. Do the titles associated um, with your kingdom and the buffs that you've given out, such as king and architect and so forth, still apply in the Lost Kingdom? And the answer I got was yes. Do the gem buffs, building, research, troop training, and resource gain, or production, do those all work in the Lost Kingdom? I got the answer yes. Presumably, the way that works is you fire it off in your home kingdom, and then everyone who like originates from your kingdom gets the benefit still. I don't know exactly how that works. Um, can you use your alliance flags and forts to claim territory in the Lost Kingdom? What I'm told is that there will be a new flag like structure specific to the Lost Kingdom, unaffected by your regular flag limit in your own kingdom. So that is exciting to know that, yes, you will be building some sort of territory controlling structure, but that's not tied to the limit that your alliance has to flags, which is very, very substantial. We've been thinking for a while about whether or not we need to free up our fort, whether or not we need to increase our flag capacity, which is a thing that we went ahead and did as sort of a preparation for KvK. Let's see here. Boom. We went in and we were like, I don't know if this is going to be a thing or not. We're just going to max them out just in case. Turns out that that was preparation we didn't need to do, but that's okay. That's a-okay. Overall, I am super, super pumped about what Kingdom versus Kingdom represents, what it could become. I'm hopeful that this is a pretty strong indicator to folks in their home kingdoms that, you know what, rather than slugging it out, maybe there's this other thing we could do that's a good bit more exciting. And that's certainly what we'll be focusing on in Kingdom 51. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're interested in more information about the upcoming update, you should definitely like and subscribe because we're covering the heck out of that here. And until next time, my friends, you have fun smashing the kingdom.